we will see Poland in all white, and Girard will take the field here in a second. We're ahead of schedule. The referees, of course, haven't decided to start this game just yet. It is only 6:59 Eastern local time. And we'll try our best tonight here to give you some of the scores from around the area, brought to you by ysnlive.com. Poland
trying to make a repeat trip to the regional finals as they did a year ago.
And for Girard, I mean, what a boon if they're able, to continue on in this amazing season that they've had so far.
Absolutely. Young squad in Girard, a lot of their playmakers underclassmen. A.J. Pearson, just a sophomore. Braxton Sloan, one of the key contributors on offense, is just a sophomore as well. So a bright future here for Coach Pat Pearson and company in Girard. We are about set for kickoff.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see for the opening kickoff here. When it comes to the Indians, do we see more of the same from Week 8, or do we see with Week 13 some sort of changing up? You typically don't expect to see a team twice in 1 year.
Right.
So typically you give them their best shot and what you think is the best way to defeat them the first time you play them.
And I think going back to your keys, turnovers, penalties, things like that you see in the first 5 minutes of the game. A lot of emotion.
Oh, absolutely.
Who can harness the emotions the quickest and settle down in a game like this?
Yeah, who's the most disciplined when it comes to those items?
So Poland will kick the ball away. Karamusa set to kick it away.
Yeah, Karamusa, sometimes he kicks it short here. Something to watch out here.
We are set to go. Week 13 regional semifinals from Girard. Kickoff fielded inside the 5. And hit out of bounds. That's Kennedy as the kicker puts a lick on him out of bounds. And Girard will take over 1st and 10 at the 33.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game all night here, and it's no surprise with it being the first one here. But for the most part, for the Indians, blowing past the punt team of Poland and getting them some great field position all the way up here to the 32.
A.J. Pearson at quarterback.
Looks like a 3-man shade front from Poland.
Sam Scott, the sidecar. He gets the handoff over the right side, and he excels out over the 40, spins his way out to the 45, 10 yards, and a first down for the Indians.
I can't plan any better. That was offensive line getting in that spot for their offense. They had it schemed perfectly. First down on your first play of the game.
And quickly to the line of scrimmage go the Indians, playing with some tempo here early on.
I like it. I know putting the back heels for Poland.
Cardona, the motion man. Pearson fakes the give, keeps it himself, steps up to the left side, looks downfield, and has his man at the 40. That's Braxton Sloan down to the 32. Big play and a first down.
He's such a threat, Pearson, when running the ball, that Poland started moving towards the run. He was able to sneak that ball out for a pass. A huge gain on the play and moving over into Poland territory.
Gain of 23, and quickly moving down the field are the Indians. Pearson keeps it himself on an option play, cuts it back over the 25, has daylight, and he's brought down inside the 20. Good tackle by Chase Jones.
I mean, they're just hitting on all cylinders here. I mean, if they're going to keep with this tempo, and Pearson wants it even faster here. Up to the line of scrimmage they go. I love it.
No time to catch your breath for this Poland defense. 1st and 10 Indians. Scott over the right side, and he's going to bull his way down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Give him about 7 on first down.
Just keeping his feet moving yard after contact is what brings me to that. You hear the crowd go silent on a 6-yard gain. It's so fast, just how fast they're moving here.
Wade, the near side receiver on 2nd and 4. That's Sloan out wide on the far side.
Poland has a moment to catch their breath here. I don't know if they're going to be able to use it well.
Pearson straight up the gut as he crosses the 5 towards the goal line, and they're going to mark him short.
It's touchdown there.
We have one official marking him short, and another official signals touchdown, and they're going to have a discussion.
They're talking about it still. And it looks like we're going touchdown here. Wait. Man,
I don't know.
They're having a conference here.
They
We got
are.
about 3-4 guys. They're still talking about it.
Still no signal.
They haven't moved it over to the extra point area. Still talking.
And they're going to say Pearson's down just inside the 1.
Yeah, just got to bring the offense left the field there. They were, heading back to the sidelines here to catch a drink, but so quickly back up. I mean, this is not, they've been able to move up down the field here, and Poland got an opportunity to catch your breath and kind of adjust real quick. Looks like man coverage there. I can't imagine anything different than a run play here.
Pearson, 1st and goal from the 1. Follows his blockers over the left side, and he walks in for 6.
That way, I mean, I can't, from a standpoint of running the football, one pass play there, they just had their way with the Poland defense. With that it's now 10-27 here. They're moving quickly.
Just over a minute and a half. The Indians take their first drive, 68 yards down the field for a touchdown.
Opening drive for the team. It's like Erickson
on for the point after. Good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 10:27 to go here in the first quarter. It's Girard 7, Poland nothing here on YSN. 7-0 Girard with 10:27 to go here in the first quarter. Chris Ziegler, Anthony Malone, and Anthony, the Indians wasted no time making a statement early.
I mean, it was their opening drive script plays that they wanted to run, and they had all of the positive gains that they could possibly imagine. I don't think they were expecting to score that quickly, but the team rallied with their plays and tried to make the most out of it. They got into the end zone quick.
That's Natoli and Kamara back deep to receive the kickoff.
We'll see how Poland answers here. Kamara can really move the ball quickly. Something's wrong here.
Little miscommunication by the kickoff team. Ball squirts past the up man, fielded at the 21, and out across the 26 to about the 29-yard line. Poland will take over 1st and 10.
I don't know if that was designed to be that way or what could have been, but it's still, the ball went away. No false start, which is exactly what you would fret against there. But Poland now gets 1st and 10 there. Similar field position starting. Is it up here to about 28?
This offense comes out on the field now trying to match Girard's intensity really on offense. They just dictated play the entire way down the field.
As soon as they snap the ball.
Chase Jones, the deep back, behind David Zippolitis under center. Turns and gives to Jones over the left side, and he has daylight out across the 38. Out of a tackle, he goes across the 40 to the 43, gain of about 15 and a 1st down.
Just deja vu all over again with different jerseys. And right now, I mean, Chase able to find an opening towards the left side and, able to break a couple different moves and get almost into Girard territory. Makes me wonder what we have in store for us the rest of this game.
Chase Jones had himself a nice game here in Week 8, runs really hard downhill for this Bulldog offense.
Yeah, I see them moving over into the shotgun. This was an issue that they saw last week here. I think we got the personnel that they need, though.
Kamara at receiver on the
5
far
seconds.
side. Jones with the handoff, dances his way, and he's going to be tackled for a loss in the backfield. Good pursuit by that Girard defense.
Yeah, it was a slow developing play, so the linebackers had an opportunity to play, get the guessing game there. It was a handoff. They're able to get back there, and a nice there. It looks to be officially, however, no gain on the play. I thought they might have got him in the backfield.
Did a good job of getting back to the line of scrimmage, did Jones. He's one of those runners. He likes that full head of steam as he can get towards the line. So
he needs 3 steps, and he's at full speed. He's
absolutely
a fast player, as well as Vita Kamara is on the offensive side. But, hey, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for this Bulldog offense at their own 43-yard line. 9 minutes and counting here in the first quarter. Zippolitis with time. He looks down the left side. He's got a man and unable to come down with it.
Yeah, that was number 4. That's Delomo.
Delomo.
Who wasn't able to handle it. He did have him open. He able to hit him. Got to bring those big plays in. especially now with what we got here, 3rd and 10 at the 43.
These are the kind of situations this Poland offense wants to stay out of, behind the sticks, 3rd and long situations. That was a good ball put right where it needed to be by the quarterback.
You don't want to try to get 10 on Girard quickly and just plan on that being the case here, but they got to find a way to do it.
4 wide receivers now for Poland. And some miscommunication on offense as Coach Pavlansky is going to have to burn his first time out.
You can't have this early in the game, down 7 against Girard.
8:51 to go here in the first quarter. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside. Back after this. 3rd and 10 now for Poland at their own 43. Zipolitis fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's able to get out across the 47 to the 46, 11 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Zipolitis. I mean, I don't know if that was designed to be a QB draw. It seemed like a classic 1-second run. Didn't see what he liked. If it was designed to be a pass play, he's decided to do it on his own. Hey, he got 11 yards, 1st and 10.
Absolutely. Great job by the guys up front to open up that hole for their quarterback. And a big first down for this Poland offense to keep this momentum going, to match the intensity of Girard. Really, the last thing you want to do is give the ball right back to a hot offense.
And we're talking about they're using the clock here. It is 8, you know, it's longer than the earlier Girard time of possession.
That's Jones, the motion man, fakes the pitch. And a pass play just beyond the reach.
Yeah, it was just too close there. He threw it a little too hard at being as close as they were. And we will see it looks like a flag was thrown here on the far side.
Pano Zipolitis.
It
the
is
intended
towards
receiver.
The secondary.
And it's going to be an eligible man downfield as the call against Poland.
They're still waiting here.
And they're going to take it back.
Yep. And that's the thing, when you have a running quarterback, you kind of have to commit there. And from a standpoint of the offensive line, they didn't know that he wasn't going to run that ball. And it cost them dearly here.
Going to cost them 5. Back it up beyond midfield. They'll repeat first down, 1st and 15. And I think any time Girard gets a chance to put them behind the sticks, they're going to do it, regardless of the field position right now, and make this Poland offense earn it.
Yeah,
a very run-heavy offense.
I would not be surprised to see a more aggressive Girard with this next 15 yards in front of him.
Kamara heads to the backfield in a full house backfield behind Zipolitis. Pitch, Kamara gets it, follows his blockers. Good blocking up front. Makes the initial man miss, and he's still on his feet. Down inside the 35.
We see a flag thrown here.
And he's going to have enough for a first down.
We got a flag here at the end of the game. Or, excuse me, at the end of the play. We'll see what's all.
Some extracurriculars might cost Poland here.
They currently have the first down. We'll see what the call is here.
2 flags on the play.
There seems to be some pushing and shoving towards the sideline of Girard, but we'll see what the call is.
It's going to be interesting if these are post-play penalties as well, to where
it was
the
after
run
the whistle
stands.
when we saw the flags fly here, but
and it is a dead ball, personal foul against Poland. Offsetting penalties.
Oh, and it's going to bring us back here. And
this is after the play, so I think the play stands.
The ball is located towards the 35-yard line, and right now the referees are signaling it right here.
And it's going to be a 1st and 10 Poland, as I thought. Yep. So really no harm to the Bulldogs, and a good break right there.
Yeah, you might see the referees play this a little bit closer to the chest, however. That's not something you want in such a hard-paced, hard-nosed game.
So really you're going to see they're not going to put up with it early. 8:04 to go in the first quarter. Poland on the move, and a drive that started at their own 28.
Yeah, once again, Vita Kamara erasing penalties.
Kamara, the motion man, give inside. Zipolitis forces his way down inside the 31. Going to give him 4 on that carry.
Yeah, Pano just using the offensive line to get some positive gains. I always say if you get at least 3 yards on a first play, on a first down like that, you got a good setup for the next 2nd and 3rd down.
We talk about the time of possession.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it a lot in this game. It's a offense that's got an Army-like feel to where they're just going to try to squeeze the game dry on offense, minimize the possessions for Girard. Kamara, jet sweep, has it fall out of his hands, and he falls on it. And a big loss on the play all the way back to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, just everything was working right, and just a poor exchange between him and Zipolitas. He jumps on it wisely and doesn't try to move the ball around, and he was pursued by a couple of the Indians, and that would have been pretty costly, ultimately a turnover if he didn't jump on it.
Going to be a loss of about 7 on the play. Backs them up.
3rd and 14.
3rd and 14 now. And you got to think 2-down territory. So if you're the coaching
staff,
staff,
around this time, and you can't rely on a standpoint of not going for it on 4th down here. Think about getting half of this yardage now if you can.
You don't have to get them all here on one play. Kamara, the motion man. Zipolitas steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be dropped for a big sack on the play. That's Alan Hess-Cardona with the big defensive stand.
Hess-Cardona was back there as soon as the ball was snapped. He blew past his blocker, got right to Zipolitas, who was trying to pass that ball. And for the Bulldogs here, with that loss at yardage, it looks like they're punting this ball away.
A punting situation now. 2 plays really have stymied this drive, and a promising drive for the Bulldogs. Kamara back to kick it away. That's Sloan back to receive as that ball takes an Indians bounce, and it's going to be downed at the 20-yard line where Girard will take over, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and for them at about the 20-yard line here, I mean, having to punt that ball away after they were moving the ball so well, they took about 7 minutes off, or excuse me, I want to say close to about 6 minutes off the clock there, and have to hand it back over, and you need to make a big stop here if you're Poland. But if you're Girard, more of the same.
Yes.
Perfect opening drive. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I don't think that was an unsuccessful first drive for Poland. Able to maintain possession, get some first downs.
Gave you some looks on offense.
Absolutely.
To go back to.
Now you're going to rely on this defense that's come to play all year long, just 13 points a game. This Bulldog defensive team gives up. That's Scott with the short gain out to the 21.
Yeah, quick little gain of about 2 yards there, and it looks a little bit like we're seeing a slight alteration of how the Poland Bulldogs are playing this on defense. It looks like they're playing it with a 3-3 front or maybe a 3-4 front.
Trips to the near side. Pearson looks this way, and in and out of the hands of one of his favorite targets, Mario Lipinski. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I just dropped it, just was trying to run as quickly as he possibly could. A classic, we see it all the time on Monday Night Football and everything else in between. Got to catch the ball first.
I think he knew he was one-on-one, no blocker in front of him to give him a hand, trying to make the play before he makes a catch.
Clock stop here, 5 minutes, 25 seconds. 3rd and 8, though.
3rd and 8 now coming up for this Girard offense inside their own territory at the 22. That's Scott in the backfield with Pearson. Pearson drops back, looks over the middle, has a man. That's Wade. And in and out of the hands of his receiver. I think the Poland defensive back got away with one, too, as well.
Yeah, towards the end of that ball, as the ball was landing, I don't know, because it looked like maybe the referee was not in the proper place to see the hand motions. Maybe that was a little bit of a pull there and tug. Nevertheless, it is 4th and 8. Pressure got to Pearson a little bit. He got rid of the ball beautifully, though.
Sure did. Had his man one-on-one over the middle of the field, just couldn't connect. And a 3-and-out already here for Girard. Good job by this Poland defense. Going to get the ball back to their offense, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, they need to step up after that last possession anyhow, and this is ideal.
That's Kamara standing at his own 45. As he fields it inside Indians territory, and look out here. He's free out over the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to be down inside.
Flag thrown here right around the 16-yard line.
As he's hit out of bounds inside the 3-yard line. And a penalty marker came flying in. You're right, Anthony.
Yeah, I don't know how Vita got away from so many defenders in front of him.
Quickly.
I don't. Maybe they thought it was a. I'm just speculating here. Was it a fair catch potential? No, it wasn't. Vito had all the room, moves it further down the field, but this does look to be coming back. And it looks to be blindside block.
They'll back him up.
This does look to be spot foul, so just
going to back 'em up
for
15.
Poland, just a crushing penalty there to move them still in territory of Girard. But what was once close to the 5-yard line completely, I mean, the blindside block was way down the other side of the field, too.
I tell you what, Kamara just really turned on the Jets in a hurry. And you're right, it just kind of was odd the way it's set up on the short side. There was no Girard defenders anywhere. It's as if almost like they quit on the play a little bit, thinking there was
Maybe
a fair catch.
Maybe it was a fair catch, potentially. I don't know. I can't speculate too much here. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Split backs around the quarterback, Zipolidis. Kamara. He's going to be out close to the 30-yard line and a gain of 2 on 1st down.
I like the way that the Indians are corralling the offense of Poland from a running perspective. When it's a classic 1st down play, they seem to be giving up least amount right here, as we've seen only 2 yards for the most part. They're getting to the ball when it goes outside of the tackle box.
4:40 and counting here in the first quarter. 7-0 Girard as they took their opening possession 68 yards in just a minute and a half to give them the lead.
Practically back where they were on that 3rd down.
Absolutely. 2nd and 8. Zipolidis gets the handoff from Kamara, and he really has nowhere to go after a gain of a yard. And a swarming defense by the Indians, led by Scott.
I don't know if they thought maybe this would trick them out a little bit with Kamara handing the ball off to Zipolidis and getting him in motion. Didn't matter there. Does look to be basically forward progress, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, and you're right, almost an identical situation that we saw the last possession for the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
they break the huddle.
I think you're just going to see a nice run play here. It looks like football in a phone booth. We're going wishbone.
Full house backfield behind Kamara as he keeps it himself. Waits on a blocker, reverses course, and he's got daylight in front of him. Good block on the edge. 15, 10, and he's down inside the 10. And a face mask call, I think, is coming up here at the end of the play.
Yeah, it was thrown towards the end of the play there, and we'll see the call here. They're trying to break up everybody.
I think the helmet came off.
Not only that, it looks like face mask with the helmet completely off scenario.
Vito Kamara, good hard run, earned every bit of it as he reversed course.
It looked like it was a broken play.
Yep.
He was trying to either fake it and then maybe boot out. I can't really say for certain. It was over here, and that's why you saw him go Seneca Wallace on us and run to the other side of the field. And nevertheless, it is going to go against Girard.
And they'll go half the distance to the goal, march it down inside the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal, Poland at the 4.
Looks like Coach Pav just wants to talk to one of the referees real quick, and it's slowing down a little bit of the pace here. I'd say just get back up to the line of scrimmage and go.
I think Kamara's going to stay at quarterback as they have something going here on offense.
Staying here with a wishbone. Football in the phone booth.
1st and goal, Bulldogs. Give inside. Zipolidis hurdles his way down inside the 1. Touchdown, Poland.
From Zipolidis, who we saw this from last week. He's doing the same stuff. It reminds me of Peyton Hillis. I know it's not technically allowed to be a hurdle call, but it was. He was able to jump over a defender, get into the end zone, and that's a 4-yard touchdown from Zipolidis.
Great
His
answer.
3rd of the playoffs.
Great answer by Poland on offense. Gets the ball back after the 3 and out, and they punch it in. Caramusa on for the point after. Kamara, the holder. Good snap, good hold. Line drive kick is good. 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Girard 7, Poland 7. Back after this on YSN. Welcome back to Girard. Poland takes it 32 yards on a wishbone handoff. Punches it in. Hano Zipolitis ties it up.
Ties it up there. I mean, the highlight of the possession is, of course, on the punt return, Vita Camaro, getting them that further down into that territory, and then also picking it up and continuing the drive as he did when he was playing quarterback.
Girard set for their third possession of the game. Good kick down inside the 15, mishandled. And fortunately for the Indians, it falls out of bounds as it goes through the hands of Tremaine Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy, it was like one of those ones. It's close to the line, to out of bounds. Was that in the back of his mind when he was going after that ball? He does, however, touch it, and it goes out of bounds right at about the 11-yard line.
Really couldn't make his mind up, and then a little too late. You're right. It's going to back the Indians up. Start this drive. They're going to spot it at the 12.
Yeah, and that last possession for Girard, 3 and out. Don't say that often with this type of offense.
No.
So I'm looking to see how they want to attack this here to retake the lead.
Pearson in the gun with Sam Scott at running back. Fake the give to Scott. Pearson shrugs off a tackler in the backfield. Good effort by Pearson as he muscles his way away from Nick Natoli and a short gain of about 4.
It was one-on-one. It was, just like you're playing basketball, but he was able to break past that, get some good yardage there.
Good strength by the sophomore to break that tackle, stay on his feet, only to be forced out of bounds.
It's tough to say from here. That was close to a face mask.
Sure was.
Just from the hands, what we saw there, and for Poland maybe getting away with one here, and for Pearson back on offense.
2nd and 6 from the 16. Pearson fakes the give, keeps it himself, and Natoli's there this time. Great looking tackle. And another flag comes flying in, and this one's going to cost Poland.
Yeah, it was just an extra hand at the end of the play there.
Natoli right in front of the official, makes a great tackle. He lets his emotions get the best of him, and it's going to cost him.
Yeah, for Poland here, from a standpoint of, wanting to get this victory, losing by 1 last time, that does stay with a player as they play them once again in the playoffs, but you got to bottle it up a little bit there and keep it within the numbers.
Absolutely. That's a tough one there because you had another 3rd down coming up as this defense, and now you just handed Girard a 1st down and a fresh set of downs.
And like I said, they're going to play this as tight as possible here.
Scott over the left side, waits his way through the defenders, across the 40, out near the 45, 12 yards and a 1st down.
Made something out of that. When he got past the line of scrimmage, the offensive line, it already had some great distance there. Able to make a couple moves towards the sideline, pick up the extra yardage there, starting here at the 44.
S. Cardona, the motion man.
And we will see a flag here.
Motion against the Indians. The old saying, you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a mile, and that's kind of like what Girard's doing. Poland gave him an inch with that penalty, and you saw the next play, Sam Scott rips off 12 for a 1st down. Now this penalty will back up Girard. 1st and 15 now for the Indians on offense at their own 39 with 2:30 and counting in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, doing more of a muddle, no huddle here and getting lined up. 12 seconds on the play clock.
Scott with the give, straight dive over the left side as he dives his way out to the 42.
Yeah, got almost all of that back there, gain of about 3 yards, pushing forward and looking past. They're going to make some substitutions from Poland's perspective. They got to do so quickly. That's tough to do when you're playing against a no-huddle team.
Absolutely. I watched that on the 1st possession when Girard was
so close.
Just quickly moving down the field, and it was everything Poland could do to get subs in and off the field.
That's what Girard, I think, when you get these longer possessions for Girard, it really wears down a defense. 10 seconds on the play clock.
As we said, Sam Scott back here on the field. Wasn't able to play the first time around this season. Good pressure. Pearson avoids it, and he's going to be hit as he throws and an interception. That's Kelly Memo. And he returns it into Girard territory at the 40-yard line. Big turnover, first down, Bulldogs.
I just saw from Pearson as soon as he got rid of the ball, like, man, this is going to have to be perfect. And Poland able to jump on it, didn't have the spin he wanted, and they capitalized and back on offense in Girard territory once again.
Absolutely.
Spending a lot of time on this side of the field here, and they still got a minute 31 to go.
Yes, they have. This defense really stepping up like we talked about before the game. Poland's defense really hung tough the first time around in week 8, and here they showed up to play one more time, brought the heat, and forced Pearson to make a bad decision.
Penalties have been back and forth so far, so there hasn't been a key person who's not having, less penalties. But from a turnover right now, side goes Poland.
Kamara back at quarterback. Calls his own number. He goes over the left side for a short gain on first down.
Yeah, didn't expect to see so much of Vito Kamara in at quarterback so far, but maybe they wanted to try something different here. Confuse a little bit of Girard and then go back to Zipolitas. Maybe we'll see a little bit of both of them playing running back here.
You can't blame Coach Pavlinski. He saw what happened the first go-around with these two teams, what Kamara did on offense against this Girard defense. So maybe trying to go back to the well a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he scored more often against Girard than any other team possibly throughout this entire season.
Play clock at 7, 49 seconds in counting. 2nd and 7. Zipolitas handoff. That's Kamara as he gets the end around. Nowhere really to go. And he's going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, move us up to about 3rd and about 6 here. I mean, eventually for Girard, they're just going to have to focus in. If they want to eliminate Vito Kamara, it might be a spying situation where you see a linebacker just focusing in on him throughout the rest of the field. But that seems to be the last play, potentially, of this quarter.
They don't have to run another play if they don't want to, and they're going to choose that route. Let this clock wind down under 10 seconds and head to the second quarter. Poland 7, Girard 7. Back for quarter number 2 after this. 7-7's the score at Girard. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone here with you.
Stack eye, 30.
And motion up front by Poland's going to cost them 5.
Man, we get these big games here. You see people jump false starts all the time. But, man, right coming out of the end of the quarter, losing that 5 yards when it's 3rd and 6.
That'll sometimes drive a coach crazy. Right out of a timeout. Something like that happens. Going to cost you 5 and a key down.
Love it when it's the nearest running back, but they're still going to run the play here.
3rd and just outside of 10 yards here now for Poland. Kamara under center gives Pano Zipolitas and a great tackle to bring him down. Sam Scott on the defensive play.
Scott there able to get in front of Pano. It's a tough tackle. I can almost hear the shoulder pads hitting the big shins of Pano Zipolitas, but able to limit the amount that they lost there. It is 4th down, and it's a very tough 4th down now.
Sure is. 5'11", 205. Zipolitas goes. That's one of these imposing figures when they have the football.
And I would have done the same thing if I was Scott. I mean, being 5'7", and at the time I was 150 back in high school, so I would have done the same thing. But back here, looks to be shotgun here.
4th and 7 now. Following the interception by Poland.
And we're going to get a timeout, Girard.
Girard's going to call timeout and talk about it. 11:15 to go here in the second quarter. Let's stay right here, right now. Couple scores. Walsh Jesuit after one quarter on top of Austintown Fitch, 14-7.
Tough opponent for Fitch there.
Yeah.
I mean, across the board, one of the best in the state here, and they're going to have to find something going here the rest of the game. Looks like also Hoban 21, Hudson nothing. Hoban continues their drive.
West Branch and Perry all tied at 0 in the second quarter. That should be a fantastic ball game. Cardinal Mooney with a 21-6 lead over Garfield in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mooney seems to be turning it on pretty nicely throughout the season, and then all of a sudden they get in the playoffs. They're looking even better now.
McDonald, 13-7 lead in the second quarter.
Yeah, McDonald, one of those teams very similar in my heart to Girard. Just the way that they play offense. But back out of here we go. At 4th down for Poland here. Do we see them go to the air? which hasn't been successful yet for him.
Zipolitas back in at quarterback, split backs. Now Kamara, the motion man on the near side. Zipolitas steps up in the pocket, rolls right, looks downfield, has a man along the sidelines, and it's picked off. Smart play on defense right there just to go down and some extracurriculars. As Braxton Sloan with the big defensive play and more penalty flags on the field.
And we got a whole conference here to confirm this one.
These officials really trying to keep everything in check here, not allowing stuff to get out of control.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is. It's definitely after the play. It's definitely going to be Girard's ball.
Absolutely.
But to where the ball will be, if this is offsetting, is this a personal foul against Girard and a personal foul against Poland, so it offsets. We stay exactly where we're at here.
So it really amounts just to a little pooch punt for Poland, and Girard will take possession.
Yeah, Zipolitas was trying to just alter the play the best he could instead of running the ball. We're lucky we didn't see an illegal man downfield potentially, but nevertheless, it's still an interception for Girard. 1st and 10, and they'll be at about the 23.
He did everything he could do to keep the play alive by rolling right as far as he could.
Great job by Girard to stay home.
1st and 10, Indians at the 23. Fake the give, Pearson straight up the gut, and he's going to be hit hard in the middle and drugged to the turf at the 29-yard line. Good hard run, gain of about 6 on a first down.
Yeah, with them playing shotgun here from a Girard perspective and going against a 3-man front of Poland, they're going to see a lot of this tonight. And if they want to drag it out and make it this way and just play it this way, they can.
Option play, Scott on the edge, cuts it up across the 35 to the 38. First down, Indians.
And that gives them a nice first down there. You don't see the classic pitch too often. A lot of quarterbacks just lower their head and try to get the extra yardage. Nice job getting it out to Scott. Gets the first down back up to the line of scrimmage.
Good change of pace play, too. Scott on first down over the right side, puts his head down out across the 40 to the 42.
Moving up to about 4 yards there, just pushing forward. I like the surge of the offensive line.
Yep.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. As soon as the ball is snapped, they've got room with their running backs.
It's offensive line playing with a lot of confidence. Pearson in an empty set, throws out to his receiver, and it's going to be ruled down.
Yeah, Wade just had his knee down as he was catching the ball. I don't think it was entirely low. It just was trying to get that ball, and that feels like a loss in the play. It is going to be 3rd and 7. It's going to be a long 7. I want to say 3rd and 8.
Just an instinctual play right there by Wade, just to secure the football, not realizing, going down to a knee. I don't think that's really a conscious move as the receiver.
They're still calling the play here and getting lined up. 13 seconds on the play clock.
9:30 and counting here in the second quarter. Trips near side.
Down to 5.
Scott in the backfield with Pearson. Pearson, plenty of time. Rolls to his right, looks downfield, and has a man wide open. That's Braxton Sloan. Down inside the Poland 35 to the 34. Big play on 3rd down.
Just kind of spread the field here, and the wide receiver is able to break through the coverage of Poland. Sloan gets them, and we will see, it looks like we might see a penalty back here, though.
Gain of 26.
At the time here. We'll see what the call is, however. It's going to be a roughing the passer call against Poland. And that's going to add to it here with it being a personal foul.
And Girard quickly moving the football down the field as they did early on in that first quarter.
Yeah,
deep into Poland territory, down inside the 20, all the way down to the 18.
And, no matter what team I'm coaching right now, I got to talk about the team about consistency, being a little disciplined here. We're getting a lot of penalties here, and it's really destroying drives for defensive teams.
Scott, the motion man, as he gets the swing pass out in the flats, cuts it up across the 10, 5, and he's wrestled out of bounds inside the 4, down to the 3.
Used that room that he had along the sideline and just used the sideline to his advantage. He was getting really close to the end zone there. He gets out of bounds.
It's a good pass.
Looks
by
like
Pearson.
he was actually brought down inbounds, however.
Pearson follows Scott, his blocker, out to the edge, avoids the tackler, in for 6. Touchdown, Girard.
Such a patient run by him to find some running room towards the edge, towards the pylons. I didn't see the pursuit that Poland needed. Great blocking on the offensive line. Stopped them from getting over to Pearson. He just needed a little bit of room, and he got it.
Good patient run by Pearson, 3 yards to put the Indians back on top.
Pearson's second of the night.
Erickson on for the point after. His kick is up, and it is true. 8:50 to go until halftime. Girard 14, Poland 7. Back after this on
We
YSN.
see a flag thrown here at the last second. We'll let you know when we come back.
A.J. Pearson punches it in from 3 yards out to put the Indians back on top 14-7 with 8:50 to go until halftime. Chris Ziegler, Anthony Malone, and a good drive right there by the Indians.
And just from a Girard perspective, that's more like it if you've been watching their games all season long, but there is a penalty after the extra point, and it will be against Girard and back them up even further, and this is a 15-yard variety.
So Poland's going to stand to get good field position here on offense.
Yeah, you got the points. That's what matters here, and in standpoints. But penalties like this, I mean,
all but one of their possessions tonight have been inside Girard territory.
a lot of teams like to swib kick and not kick it to Vito Kamara for this very purpose. Yep. Now you almost have to with where you're at. A squib kick here gets you only, to the 40, your own 45.
Kamara already with an electric punt return tonight. Nullified by a penalty, but no less really showed off what he can do. Nick Natoli back with him as they stand at the 20. Line drive kick, it bounces at the 25. Natoli fields at the 20. As he's out across the 40, drags defenders with him into Girard territory. Good kick return and good field position for the Bulldogs.
That's a good start for the Bulldogs, starting in the territory of Girard with about 8:41 to work with on offense here. I want to see how they attack it here. Do they stick with draining the clock, using their offensive line, or do they try to switch things up here? We saw a lot of big chunk plays from Vito Kamara that were so successful that they got him right close to the end zone. Kind of interested to see if a more methodical drive.
I want to see the emotions coming out here. You had the big interception and really couldn't do anything with it on offense. Girard gets the ball back, marches right down the field and scores. So this is a big possession right here for this Bulldogs offense.
Yeah, I formation.
Zipolitas back under center.
And it looks like we don't either miscommunication here, timeout from Poland.
They're going to burn their second timeout here in the first half with 8:41 to go until halftime. 8:41 to go until halftime. Poland takes possession in Girard territory at the Indians' 47-yard line. Zipolitas handoff. That's Jones as he sprints his way out across the 40. Good pickup of 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, just pushing forward. And, maybe we see them stick with an I formation here, continue this going here. You got the right personnel, it seems like, to move that ball and making it about I want to say second and 3 now.
I was going to say the same thing. They kind of got away from Jones.
Just jumping from different formations is sometimes a strategy from a lot of offensive coordinators, but this seems to be, if they can keep with something a little bit, get a little bit of momentum.
Second and a long 2 now at the 40. Give inside. That's Angelilli on the carry, and he's near that first down marker.
Yeah, we haven't called Angelilli's name that often in the season. He has whenever he gets the ball. I mean, he scored last time against Girard. It's going to be close here. Looks like they want to potentially, it will be a first down. I was wondering if they were going to potentially measure this, but it seems like that was going to be negated by the head referee.
Good play call that just really keeps a defense honest when you give it to that up back.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to reset the clock here. But, yeah, from a standpoint of Angelilli, when he gets the ball, here's the thing. They have a lot of people that they can get the ball to. Chase Brown, both Zipolitas, Kamara, and Angelilli. But you only have one football, and you got one play in order to keep moving forward here. Looks like we're there, just want to reset the play clock here. But Some of the scores from around the area while we wait here, it does look like Canfield is struggling right now against VASJ, 22-0. Mooney continues 28-6 now.
The winner of that game will face the winner of this game next week. The Region 17 Championship. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Zapolita's turn, give. Jones cuts his way out across the 35, down to the 32. Another good run on 1st down by Jones.
And just blow the whistle here, but it is a great gain there by Chase Brown. And Brown able to get the ball moving here. And we just need a substitution there from Girard. But nevertheless, 2nd down upcoming here.
I think these officials are really taking control here as they just sent a player off for each side.
Yeah.
I think they've seen enough here in this first half with 7:23 and counting. In a game, really, you don't want to see dictated by the yellow flag at all.
And so far, that's kind of been the case.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to ignore. But back on offense, I formation again.
DeLomo, the near side receiver on 2nd down. Jones with the give as he's going to be forced out of bounds. Good play on defense.
Nice jump there to just get into the way of Chase Brown, but Chase able to jump forward. We'll see where they officially mark. It's going to be, looks to be a couple of, that's going to be right exactly where we were. Looking like 3rd and 4 now, and you got a little bit of options on the playbook area, but man, I want to see them stay with the run here, especially with how they've ran it so far. But that last play, great job by the Indians to really give them any yardage.
That was Joey Algiers on defense with a great play to cut Jones off and force him out of bounds and bring up 3rd and a long 4. Full house backfield. Kamara back in at quarterback, sets up the screen pass, and it's going to be snuffed out, nowhere to go.
Yeah, that was Pearson. He wasn't fooled at all. As soon as he saw the cutback there with a screen pass, I don't like the play call there in Wishbone. Don't really have your options in front of you, and it's a big loss on the play. It is 4th down, and we'll see if Pavlansky wants to run a play here or not.
Great play by A.J. Pearson on defense, known for his offensive playmaking ability. But right there is a big play on defense.
Yeah, he saw that clear as day. I don't know if he maybe saw it on the offensive line and within them being in pass block there. But a nice job by Pearson. I mean, not giving up a big play, getting into the backfield and forcing a punt.
Pavlansky sends on the punting unit. Kamara boots it, fielded down at the 5. That's Sloan out across the 15 to the 16-yard line, where the Indians, with 6:06 to go until halftime, will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, I mean, getting into the end zone last possession and finding a way to find some success in the passing category. Maybe see them move back to passing here to free up some of the run game, because the run game has slightly been stifled here. And I'm going to say slightly because they're still getting 3 yards. But you are seeing on these screen passes, we're giving them some grief. I want to see them kind of establish the pass a little bit here.
Yeah, Girard really has done a great job of
empty set
up
here,
front, moving the ball downfield on the ground all night long. Really haven't had to go to the air. An empty set and 5 wide. Quarterback draw. Straight up the middle goes Pearson before he's hit and dropped at the 23.
Just a classic draw. Move the defense out towards the sidelines, free up the inside of the field, and get a great gain of about 6 to 7 yards and make it 2nd down.
Been a pretty conservative play calling night, really, for Girard. That's got the job done.
And we got a flag here thrown out towards the track here.
Sam Scott.
I don't know if that is a sideline throw or what it was. It is going to be after. It will be. It looks like a sideline warning.
That flag was literally thrown 15 yards backwards
it was
out onto the track.
It was in, I think, lane 2 of the track. And it will be a sideline warning. However, that's not going to affect the play for the most part. A great run there on 1st down.
Should be a 1st down.
They're just waiting to mark it off there on the sideline. It is definitely a 1st down and back on offense.
Sam
1st
Scott
and 10 for the Indians.
Really is making his presence felt tonight. Doing a great job. Good change of pace from Pearson in that backfield as we go under 5.5.
Yeah, if you got to account for an extra running back that they don't typically, you haven't seen too much of in that first game. You saw probably, that's something that I think is going to remain a factor.
Scott, the motion man, and Pearson keeps it himself. Going to give him maybe a yard on the play.
Gain of about officially 2. I mean, that's mainly the offensive surge of the line that gave him that running room. And they are looking towards the sideline there. You saw, of course, the false huddle, or I should say the false cadence there, to look towards the sideline for any adjustments. And they just apparently scrapped the play and pushed forward.
Going to bring up 2nd and 8 now for the Indians. 4:48 and counting.
Yeah, facing man defense here on 2nd down.
Pearson, option. Elects to keep it himself as he hurdles his way out to the 40-yard line right near the sticks.
And it looks like, okay, they were signaling backwards there. Looks like we have a couple, I don't know what the number is for that Poland defender, but it does still seem to be a first down, and that looks to be Pano.
Pano Zipolitis down on the field. They'll tend to him. We'll step aside. Back after this. Pano Zipolitis able to walk off under his own power. Hopefully we'll see him again tonight. Such a difference maker for this Bulldogs defense.
Oh, it's just like I was saying, the anchor of the defense there. They find a way to get him involved and focus in on some of your most key players, but 1st and 10 for the Indians.
1st and 10 at their own 41. Fake this handoff to Scott. Lipinski in the flat, gets a great block on the edge, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39.
Yeah, Lipinski, we haven't called his name that often in tonight's game so far, but he's still a huge key factor for the team. Gets them into Poland territory. Kind of an interesting play there. That was, if it had to be exactly right there, that would have been potentially a lateral. Doesn't matter. Lipinski got the ball, 1st down.
Got a great block on the edge by Sloan. Scott straight up the gut, down to the 32. And a methodical drive now for Girard as we approach 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, they're getting lined up quickly, and the defense isn't making too many stay-the-same adjustments.
Scott, same play, and Poland's right there to meet him. He's going to lose maybe a half a yard on the play and a late flag.
And we'll see who this is against, but it was after the play. And a personal foul against Girard.
At least the 6th personal foul we've seen this half.
And if it is a dead ball, then it is
the
third
counts.
down.
Yep, that's a big penalty in that perspective, that the down will count.
Waiting for them to signal it.
Well, the official said dead ball, and this near side official is saying 3rd down.
Yeah, it is 3rd down.
So 3rd.
Man, of all the times to have that happen.
Yeah, that's a big penalty.
3 minutes and 46 seconds until halftime, too.
Really changes your whole play calling philosophy right now. 3rd and 20 from your own 48. Scott with Pearson in the backfield. That's Lipinski in motion. Screen pass, Scott in the flat. And a great job of pursuit by Poland on defense. Natoli out there to make the play.
Nice job there by the defense to just find a way to get in front of Pearson. I think Pearson was trying to go to somebody else initially and then went back over to this sideline. It will be 4th down for Girard.
What could be a punting situation for the Indians. With 3:22 to go and
maybe
a stop
trying to
clock.
get a quick false start here. Can't really get a grip on if they're going to punt this ball away. Maybe a small punt here.
You know, we said during the injury timeout, this is a big stand for Poland, and they just made the stand to stay within 1 score as Kamara is back to await the kick. It bounces at the 20. He fields it at the 15. Makes the first man miss, picks up a big block, and he's forced out of bounds at his own 34-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 31.
Yeah, Vito, that's the thing, a line drive anything for Kamara usually accounts for about 10 yards there, and he's able to get them into about the 30-some yard line. Looks to be 31 officially. But from the Poland offensive perspective here, they need to get something going here. That last drive, able to move the ball a little bit in I formation, but not able to get any points on the board.
You know, you had a turnover in Girard territory resulting in no points. Next possession in Girard territory resulting in no points. So you got to wonder how much confidence is in that Poland offense right now with 3:13 to go until halftime. And keep in mind, they get the ball first in the second half. Zipolitis, screen pass out in the flat.
He gets it all the way past there. Nice job to go out of bounds. I believe that was number 15.
That's J.J. Fonda.
Yeah, Fonda. Call his name from a rare occasion in the wide receiver category. Gets about 7 to 8 yards. I'm going to say more about 6 to 7 yards.
More importantly, got out of bounds with 3:06 to go. Stop the clock as the Bulldogs, with just one timeout remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, you're going to need some of that with only one timeout here. It might not be a point of emphasis right now. Just you want to get down to the field, get in the end zone.
Right. Split backs around Zipolitis. Jones with the give as he patiently awaits, breaks through a tackle, and he gets out past the first down marker to the 48-yard line, out of bounds, and a first down.
I don't know how he broke through that and found some running room. I thought he was going to be down for maybe a gain of about a half a yard, but he gets a first down for the Bulldogs, staying on his feet, getting some extra yards.
43-yard line, excuse me. Just a strong runner is Jones. Squares those shoulders up. Really hard to bring down. Does a great job. 5'8", 170, the junior. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Fake the give. Zipolitis looks downfield. One-on-one, and that ball's going to be intercepted.
Nice job on the catch, but he's injured while on the catch. That's incredible.
That's
catch with
Sloan.
the ball.
Sloan with the big defensive play down inside the 20-yard line as he remains on the turf.
He just really dove out for that ball and he secured it, but he is feeling the effects there, and we'll have to step away here.
Step away. We'll be right back.
Looks like it's 1st and 10 Poland.
Braxton Sloan able to jog his way off the field. We'll certainly see him again here tonight. And while we were away, there was a penalty on the field against Girard.
And it happened during the play.
It's a holding call against the Indians, going to give the Bulldogs a huge break and an
incredible
automatic
break.
first down.
Yeah. They're up already to the line of scrimmage here.
The first half really marred by penalties with 2:52 to go until halftime.
And it looks like we're going to go here. And it looks
That's
to be
Kamara. Forces his way through defenders. Good, strong run by the running back. Really had nowhere to go. Ends up with 5.
Yeah, Girard was just trying to stay in front of him and corral them. I've seen that a lot with some of the players, from a linebacker perspective. Make him scoop it back into the play, and he's able to get something out of nothing there. That looked like it was going to go nowhere.
Just such a strong runner is Kamara.
Yeah,
Good decision maker as well.
The senior.
5'9", 175. Tough to bring down in that frame. Second, call it 6 now at the Indians' 43. Low snap, Zipolitis rolls to his right, looks over the middle, and has his man. That's Fonda. Still on his feet. Down to the 25. Big pitch and catch of 18 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Fonda. Like I said, we don't really call the name too much because they don't pass the ball so frequently, but Fonda gets them into Girard territory and knocking on the door of the red zone.
1:51 in counting now. The Bulldogs with one timeout remaining here in the first half.
They have the momentum, but it does look like Coach Pavlansky wants to slow it down ever so slightly here with the time left on the clock. 8 seconds on the play clock.
Bulldogs just trying to come away with points any way they can get him here before half. Jones with the give, has daylight out across the 20, inside the 10, touchdown, Poland. 26 yards to the house.
That was very, when we say slow developing, the handoff didn't happen until someone was being touched by the Girard Indians. And for Jones took the ball and he just, like it was out of a cannon, used the sidelines and got into the end zone. Now close to tying the game here with the extra point upcoming.
Poland able to answer on offense. Every time their defense steps up, the offense does their job as well.
Got to think back to the penalty there.
Absolutely. Huge point in the game right there. We may be able to come back to later.
Snap is down. The kick is up.
Karamusa with the kick, and it is good. 1:24 to go until halftime. We're all tied at 14. Back to Arrowhead after this. Chase Jones scampers 26 yards to tie it up here at 14. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone, and part 2 of this huge rematch living up to the bill.
Just intense. It's the first thing that comes around in the Rorschach test. That's what I think about when I think about this game right now.
I was fortunate enough to be here for the first showing in week 8, and they're doing it once again as that ball fielded at the 15. Stumbling out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. More emotions here now on the field, and more penalty markers come flying in. Let's see how they unwind this one. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Both teams want this more than anything here, but.
And really a game, you don't want to see anybody get kicked out of this ball game either, and that's the thing.
But we're getting, I mean,
we're getting to that point.
We've been dancing with that for a little bit here, and we'll see what the call is.
The one thing I can say is we have not seen an unsportsmanlike penalty yet.
And we've also seen some offsettings.
And 2 of those is a ticket home.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we haven't seen yet. It's all been personal fouls, a lot of the dead ball variety, as you've said. And in a game that's so tight, 14-14 regional semifinals.
Yeah.
Just a lot at stake, and you just don't want to see this kind of stuff.
You also don't want to see this with a minute 19 and you're tied and you have the ball upcoming here.
A good point, too. Yeah.
Especially with the way that they're debating this right now. It's not usually this long of a debate if it's not something significant here. So while we have the time
big
here.
Big decision for officials.
Oh, my gosh.
Well.
This one, this is massive. This could swing an entire game. But like I said, they're still talking about it here. And some of the scores staying the same across the board. Some of them actually gone to halftime here. But McDonald's still beating Monroeville 27-13 last reported at halftime. Whilst Jesuit is up against Austintown Fitch 35-7. Last reported with 48 seconds. And we'll have the call here. It is going to be a personal foul against Girard. Personal foul against Poland. Offset. And there's nothing out of it. Unless they do report something to one of the coaches that a player's gone. But it doesn't look to be the case here, and we're back to it.
Villa Angela St. Joseph 25-0 over Canfield at the half. Cardinal Mooney with a 35-6 halftime lead over Garfield as they're trying to punch their ticket to the Region 17 final. They'll take on the winner here. Girard with 1:19 to go, 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I mean, if you want one team here with this amount of time left till halftime, be interested to see how they want to play it. If they want to be, get some of this yardage back quick, this is the team to do it.
Braxton Sloan back out on the field, near side receiver. And an offense we've seen be pretty conservative so far tonight. A little forward pass. That's Lipinski trying to pick his way through the defense and nowhere to go as the Poland defense does a great job, and they say they've come up with the football, but the near side official says no, he was down by contact.
Yeah, I don't know if they were giving them forward progress, and that's why the ball was loose, but they did blow the whistle. Clock is stopped there, minute 5.
Good pursuit by Kamara and company, and Girard is.
It looks like we're going to get an officials timeout here. Which, if you're Girard,
they're looking at the clock.
Would be enough for one play. Does look to be okay. But Chris, how do you from a standpoint here for Girard, they want to move quickly here. And it does look like they want to put potentially some time on the clock without any they definitely want to make adjustments. But how would you attack this here, Chris, from a standpoint of Pearson? They've been running the ball frequently. They've had success in the passing game, though, getting it over to Sloan.
I think you got to go one down at a time. 2nd and 10 now. You got to be careful as well. You stop the clock. Poland can get the football back, so you just got to go one down at a time.
I also see Poland playing it straight as they possibly can. No real prevent defense here, and that might not just be their repertoire, and they're not interested in doing it.
2nd down. Pearson calls his own number, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped in the backfield. Big play, Jonathan Tanya.
Yeah, I was looking at the sidelines of Poland here. Do they want to run a timeout here?
They do. Pavlansky runs all the way out on the field. And more official discussions here, trying to get this clock
if that's what they're after there with the timeout. Yeah, for of course, a game heading towards halftime as well. Hoban with a commanding lead against Hudson. Man, you know what? These types of tough games here, I think about Mooney's game right now and the way it's going for them. You know, heavy, hard-nosed, heavy-hitting play right now. I wonder how that game's going for Mooney and if you're going to have that type of wear and tear.
Right. And Poland, you know, is mistaken there. Pavlansky, they wanted that clock running because they know they get the ball first in the second half. And it looks like Girard's going to take their time here, try not to make a mistake, and hand the ball back to Poland.
3rd and about 12, it looks like.
This could be the last play of the first half. Straight handoff. Scott. He's going to be met and driven backwards behind the line of scrimmage. And Poland is going to run their way to the locker room after another defensive stand.
Yeah, they needed to make this their second quarter, and that's the first thing. You know, I'm going to talk about Girard being first quarter, second quarter being Poland, and that's why we got ourselves a tie game.
Absolutely. A lot of emotion on the field in that first half. We're destined for more emotion in the second half. All tied at 14 from Arrowhead. Back for the second half after this.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors that you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
At Joe Dickey Electric, no job is too big or too small. We do it all. We power the plants that help bring us together, the businesses that help our community thrive, and the home that you've been dreaming of. We'll even install a light bulb for you. With over 65 years of commercial, industrial, residential, and 24/7 emergency services, you can trust the experts at Joe Dickey Electric because we are everything electrical.
I'm Matt Crystal, and I've been a customer of Greenwood Chevrolet for nearly 10 years. The biggest thing about Greenwood that we love is you get that family-owned aspect that comes into play. We always work with Paul Kello. Paul makes it very simple for us to come in, purchase a vehicle, no different than we go and buy anything else. No hassle, no haggling. We drive them off the lot. Very simple process, which makes it a lot easier for us as a family of 6. Don't have to worry about it. I'm Matt Crystal, and Greenwood Chevrolet went the extra mile for me.
Welcome back to Girard as we're getting set to start the second half. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone here, and a tie ball game, 14-14, and it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, I mean, this is all that you ask for if you're wanting a playoff game and wanted to watch one tonight. You know, it doesn't matter if you're from Poland or the Girard area. I feel like a lot of folks are tuning in tonight regardless, just so that they can enjoy a good football game. And it's been high intensity, you know, a lot of extracurricular activity. It's hard to ignore. But from the simple fact of the matter is, it's almost as if the game has not happened yet. It's still a tie game.
Girard took the opening possession straight down the field, 68 yards to go up 7-0. And Poland answered 2 possessions later to tie it up. And each team tacked on 7 more in that second quarter to tie it up at 14.
And all of them run plays as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see both teams. Maybe they stick with that here.
Yep.
You don't want to flinch in these scenarios, but Poland's going to get the ball first here. I'll be kind of interested to see how they want to do it on offense.
Not a good scene coming out of the locker room. Pano Zipolidis is going to be unavailable here in the second half for the Bulldogs as that ball fielded at the 11.
Up to the 40.
Brought down out across the 45-yard line. Great return to start the second half by Natoli.
Yeah, Natoli just found some running room here. And, I mean, special teams right now, when it comes to returning the ball for Poland, they're getting a lot of extra yards here after they get the ball. you just got to cover that better. I mean, look at where you're starting here. They only have now 53 yards to get into the end zone.
They've had good field position each and every time they've had the football tonight. Have the Bulldogs.
We see a flag right off the bat.
We're going to get another sideline infraction, and they've already had one warning tonight, and this is going to cost them.
Yeah, wait for them to see if they're going to signal this off, and they will.
They're going to march it off 5. The Bulldogs will take the free 5 down inside Girard territory.
I mean, of all, starting this out. And we knew that when we're going to start this third quarter here, that this is going to be the tightest of all the tighting when it comes to refereeing.
1st and 5. Jones quickly over the right side, has daylight, puts his head down out across the 36 to the 35. 13-yard pickup and a first down.
That's the same play that got them into the end zone. Why not run it again? That's going to be some of your top favorites. Spotify, Apple Music way. Just play that one more time. We'll see another.
I love it, partner. They're going to say Jones stepped out of bounds at the 38.
And just waiting for a signal here. But for the Bulldogs, in terms of offense from a running back perspective, I think you're just going to see a healthy dose of Chase Jones here. But here's the problem. I mean, Vita Camaro is the guy to go with in these terms, So for the Bulldogs, I would be interested to see how they play it in this opening drive.
Stoppage on the field. We've seen plenty of those. They're trying to get set for play, and they are now. Chase Jones has been electric every time he's touched the football tonight. And I think you're right. We're going to see a steady dose of him on offense here in the second half. Zipolitis comes in from the sideline with the play as he's in the shotgun alongside Jones.
Shotgun.
Give to Jones. He picks his way over the left side. He pushes his way across the 35 down to the 34.
For the Bulldogs right there, it looked like I think the entire right side of the line did pull and move to the left side for the extra blockers. You can kind of see, that's why I said they looked like they were lined up in pistol. A lot of the linemen were getting ready to make that move. But, hey, a good gain there of about 5 yards.
This just has the makings of one of those Poland drives on offense where they just start squeezing the clock a little bit more and more.
And we talked about
confidently moving the ball down the field.
To using the clock as best they can. It is now 7 seconds on the play clock, however, and they need to get lined up.
2nd and 6 from the Girard 34. Split backs. Screen play, and that's blown up. Great read in the flat right there.
Was that Hess Cardona?
Hess Cardona with the big lick.
He just saw it coming. He moved directly to where the ball was going to go. It was behind the line of scrimmage. I'm sure the ball had just gotten into the hands as he made the hit. When you're behind the line of scrimmage, you can go full blast the whole way through. It don't matter.
Absolutely. Just a slow developing play.
You don't need to worry about pass interference. That's beyond the line of scrimmage.
Hess Cardona had plenty of time on a slow developing play.
But 3rd and 9 here.
3rd and 9, definitely 2-down territory for the Bulldogs. Under 10 minutes we go in the third quarter. Jones with the give. He sprints his way out across the 30, through a tackler, down inside the 25, and a first down.
It looks like we're going to see a flag in the end.
And another late penalty flag comes flying in. So more penalties, just like we saw in that first half.
I'll tell you what, Chase Brown, however, though, great run there. And you know what, keeping on his feet here, he's moving at such a velocity. And we will see a little bit of a Microsoft Teams conference there around the 25-yard line.
Chase Jones with another electric carry.
Yeah, and it's
going to be nullified again by all those penalties. It looks like it was
potentially two men were on a double-team block here, and I don't know if they didn't hear the play or whatever it might be the case, but it will be.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Pavlansky is hot at his team right now.
Well, you talked about it at halftime. You already brought it up once.
He is not happy on that sideline, as he's directed a lot of frustration at that huddle. I didn't see the other.
There was a
indication from
a sideline call.
Yeah,
I
the
saw
other penalty marker
motion
came from
for
near
sideline.
there.
It will go, however, against Poland.
And a costly penalty. And it's an unsportsmanlike penalty.
And then I believe a sideline.
That's the dead ball. So we had 2 fouls on the play. They marched off the original 15, and the dead ball penalty was an unsportsmanlike penalty. So we're going to march it back well past midfield.
Yeah. And
now a punting situation.
Well, they're going to reset here, I believe, at 1st and 10, it looks like.
So they're going to get a break because they're both post-play penalties.
Yeah, Chase Jones there, able to give them a little bit of marker here. They're moving the ball when they're at play here. 9:51. If you're trying to keep the time of possession, if you want like one positive thing here, you have more room if you can continue to move the ball.
I formation behind Zipolitis. As he quickly changes the play as he looks to the sideline. Give to the deep back. Jones straight up the gut. Through defenders in across the 35 and another big run and a first down.
If I'm them, I just want to get back up to the line of scrimmage, keep doing what I'm doing.
19
Same
yards.
Play, get Chase the ball once again. But they're going to look towards the sideline. I know they want to take the time off the clock, but they got the momentum here.
Well, I tell you what, if you had any question whether or not those penalties kind of just took the air out of the balloon for Poland, it did not on that one play right there. Jones answered the bell quickly to give them another fresh set of downs.
Same formation.
1st and 10 Bulldogs with 9 minutes to go. Jones one more time picks his way along the right side. Down to the 31.
Yeah, nice run there, gain of about 4 yards. And for Chase, they're just going to, if I'm them, just keep either getting it to him, and if he needs a break, get in Angelilli and kind of dance it. It seems like they like to use the right side of the line right here is where they've had the most success, using this boundary on that side. You're looking for like a landing spot as where you want to run the ball.
Got to give a lot of credit to this offensive line right here to start the second half for Poland.
And they need to get up the line quickly, 5 seconds.
They sprint their way to the line of scrimmage, running out of time. 1 second on the play clock as they get it off. Zipolitis keeps it himself as the penalty marker comes flying in.
Right around where the tackle was. Man, I got to give credit to that team getting up to the line of scrimmage. I thought that was a for sure timeout that was going to happen there.
Nothing good usually comes out of those situations.
And I'm just getting set, too. They had maybe 1 second and 0.8 of the second to work with.
As that penalty
is
going to go against
Poland here. Maybe a down the field hold there close towards the tackle. We'll see what the call is, and it will be. It looks to be a 10-yard variety, so it is looking to most likely.
And on this drive, Poland keeps taking 5 steps forward and 7 steps backwards.
The one constant they've had has been able to get it over to Chase. And they still have 8 minutes and 6 seconds here in the third quarter.
As they've burned 4 minutes off this third quarter clock and really have gone about 20 yards.
And kind of staying with shotgun here.
2nd and 13 now from the Girard 38. Quarterback draw. Zipolitis runs into the teeth of that Girard defense as he's driven backwards. Hess Cardona and company in on the stop.
And a tough third down upcoming here. With you march off those 10 yards here. And I'm certain it is still 2-down territory for them and maybe only focusing in on that run here. But Chase, every time we've said that now, Chase gives us at least 20 yards here.
Each and every time Jones has come to answer the bell. 3rd and 11. As we approach 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Zipolitis over the middle, well beyond his receiver, Kamara, and incomplete.
Yeah, and coming now 4th down. And it does look like the punt team's going to come out here. It's just not a
You're in no man's land,
here.
really, right here. Really, you're just trying to pin this Girard team back, make them earn it on offense.
Yeah, it looks like Braxton Sloan will be back there to receive this.
as he'll stand inside his own 10.
Biggest takeaway I can give on that last drive there, I didn't see Vito Kamara once.
Good point. As that kick is towards the far sideline as it bounces out of bounds inside the 15, down to about the 11.
They're going to mark it off just one more yard. We haven't seen a lot of kicks out of bounds here from either team for the most part. I think they wanted it to go a little bit longer. But 1st and 10 for the Indians around that 12-yard line.
Last time Poland had Girard backed up inside their 10 in that first half. They were able to stand tall on a 3 and out and get the football right back. So all tied at 14 with 6:51 to go here in the third. This Division 5 Region 17 semifinal.
Yeah, for Pearson.
Option play. Pearson keeps it himself as he scoots his way out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on first down.
You know, it's been rare for the offense of Girard to not pick up at least 3 yards per rush here. And the reason that you're seeing that, look at the down lineman for Poland. Been leaning 3 with an up back.
Scott really untouched until he gets to the second level, and he gets out near the sticks.
There's just not a lot in front of them to block. They're already 2 to 3 yards down the field as soon as the ball is snapped.
And credit this Girard playmaking ability on offense is really causing that formations on defense by Poland.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to have double teams. You can cut the field in half and just run it against 2, maybe 1.5 down linemen and get up towards the linebacker area. So that's why I want to be interested to see if Poland moves into more of aggressive blitz package.
1st and 10, Girard. Pearson rolls right as he's being chased, and he throws the ball towards the near sideline and out of bounds.
Wise decision on a sophomore. I don't get to say that often from a quarterback, but nevertheless, Pearson able to get rid of that ball, keep the drive alive.
Good decision by the sophomore.
Yeah, don't say that often.
No, especially at the high school level by a sophomore. It's just high leverage situations in the playoffs, a lot on the line, a lot of emotion, familiar opponent. You know, I thought about that at halftime. A lot of these emotions and these penalties are coming because of that as well.
Sure. Yeah, it was
familiarity,
a close game last time.
Yep.
Yeah.
2nd and 10. Pearson over the middle, and that ball is going to be picked off. J.J. Fonda on defense comes up with the big play for the Bulldogs.
He just spotted where the ball was going and just stood right in front of where Sloan was going. Got in front of it, and that's, I mean, I don't say that often. 2nd interception for Pearson tonight.
Just a long throw for Pearson really across the field. Good defensive play by Fonda. Now here we go. Poland once again inside Girard territory following a turnover.
Can they take advantage here with only about 37 yards to get into the end zone?
You got to figure how many times can you go to the well and not come up with points.
How many penalties did you have in that last drive?
Up.
Got to talk about it on the sideline.
Nullified big runs by Jones at least 2 times the last time they had the football. 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Girard 38. There's Jones over the left side, and he's going to be hit and dropped right at that line of scrimmage. And another penalty marker comes flying in.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is once again. It is after the play.
That was Drake McGregor on the stop for Girard.
Big collision there right at the line of scrimmage as well. And we will be against Poland.
Another personal foul against the Bulldogs is going to cost them 15. You just talked about it, Anthony. The last possession, big penalties march this team backwards.
We talked in the season, if you were watching any of the Poland games, how Poland does a great job of shifting right on defense at the last second to force potentially a false start. I don't know if Girard has something where they're kind of focusing in and it's irritating the Poland line. Or nevertheless, it is a costly penalty, looking to be more of 2nd and 25 now.
Really backs up this Bulldog team behind the sticks. 2nd and 25 from their own 49. Jones with the give, reverses course, and nowhere to go as he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Brian Wilson in on the stop.
And that was after the play, so this already is 3rd and 24.
So following the turnover, another turnover in Girard territory. Poland had one in the first half as well. They couldn't convert. So they've gone to the well a lot and haven't come up empty.
Of all the things, when you have a big play on defense, to not capitalize it's it might as well be a Girard penalty, or excuse me, a Girard punt at that point.
It starts to be deflating to a point. 3rd and 24 now for the Bulldogs, right at midfield. Zipolidis keeps it himself, stretched out by this defense. Eludes a tackler, but he cannot elude the whole defense as he's going to be driven backwards from the Girard 48-yard line, where they'll give him forward progress.
There's a Poland player down at about the 50-yard line.
Injury on the field. We'll step aside. Back after this.
They're also
4:27 to go in the third quarter. All tied at 14. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone, and Poland facing a punting situation following the big interception in Girard territory, and they were able to do nothing with it on offense.
Looks like we're not lined up properly, or there's somebody needs to come off. But I think we got everybody now.
Really, the theme here in the second half has been the penalties against Poland. Has marched this offense backwards.
It's caused them to not have any consistency, and they should have it because they're moving the ball when they actually get first downs.
Taking them out of their comfort zone on third and short, second and manageable. Sloan able to field that off the bounce inside the 15, out across the 25, and more laundry comes flying in.
And we'll see what the call is here. There does seem to be a player down. But for the other games here, we're waiting for the call here, and it does look to have there seems to be also a player down. A lot of these are going into the fourth quarter here. And we'll see here. They're going to talk about it still. Kind of another conference around the 25. Said that multiple times here tonight. And it looks to be okay. That was number 58 of Poland. That was Hackstead, and Hackstead's able to get off on his own power. But for McDonald with the lead still. And a lot of these games are blowouts, Chris, but it is going to be a penalty against Girard here.
They're going to back the Indians up into their own territory, and they'll start their possession at the 13-yard line.
Similar to what we saw at the beginning of that last drive here at the 13. And then for the Bulldogs, they have to keep up with this and stay on the throttle when it comes to the third quarter. On defense, they've done a great job
Absolutely.
so far.
They've done a
against
great
this
job.
team?
Not an easy task against this offense that has the capability of striking quickly. Option play. That's Scott out in the open field. Gets a great block on the edge by Hess Cardona. And he's going to be driven out of bounds near the 25-yard line. And that should be enough for a first down.
Looks to be enough for a first down. Just keep driving his feet, heading towards the sidelines and picking up the first down yardage.
S. Cardona with a great block on the edge.
And that's what Girard needs to get back to.
Scott, one more time, has a big hole on the right side. He picks his way through it out to the 30. Another 5-yard gain.
And that was a design to come back to that hole there. And you actually saw them split the field there. There was technically only one block in front. That's why he had all the room that he needed to get that extra yardage.
It's like Poland's adjusted here now. 4 down linemen now on defense. Option play. Scott out in the open field. Cuts it up across the 35. Still on his feet. And brought down near the 40. Gain of 10 and another first down.
And the best thing that Girard could do with now more down linemen, let's go outside of the tackle box here and pick up a first down.
Playing with a little pace now. Is this offense something reminiscent to the first quarter?
Yeah, this is very similar to the first series.
Screen pass out in the flat, and that ball hits the turf. Scott falls on it. And another penalty marker on the field. Welcome back. 3:24 to go here in the third quarter. Sam Scott, the injured player, able to get up, walk off the field. Should be okay. We'll see him again, no doubt, as they march off the personal foul.
And back up to the line of scrimmage. If I'm Girard, I just start hitting the gas right now here. It doesn't look to be an empty set.
And a break really on that last play for Girard, if you think about it, because that ball was controlled by Scott. He put the ball on the turf.
Yeah.
And it was a live ball, and he was able to fall on it before the penalty. So first down and 2 now for Girard out at the 48. Call it second down, excuse me, because that was a dead ball penalty. Under pressure, Pearson eludes defenders, and he's out near midfield, and he steps out of bounds as he crosses the 50-yard line out to the 49.
For a first down there, and just finding some open field. And
another good decision by A.J. Pearson. Just take what the defense gives you at that point, 3 yards, and you get the first down.
They have to focus in on the 5 wide receivers, so you have the advantage back there, but you got to do it right, and he found his open space out towards the right side and got the first down.
3:13 to go here in the third, all tied at 14.
And it does look like 3 seconds on the play clock here to get it off.
Pearson fakes the give to Scott, steps up, nowhere to go as he eludes the defenders. Out across the 40, still on his feet, brought down at the 30-yard line as Jones able to have the open field tackle, but not before another big play and a 19-yard gain.
There's a Poland defender down. It looks like a cramp across the way here.
There's another penalty marker on the field.
Yeah, I'm looking for where it might be. I know there is one just because I just saw it from. Yeah, we're still, and then it's going to be illegal shift against Girard, and that's going to bring them back.
That's a big penalty, too. You got a 19-yard
Just
pickup.
Completely
24 yards, really, is what you're losing there. It's just, we've seen so much of that tonight. Big plays on offense, nullified by penalties.
Yeah.
And really, it's unfortunate for both teams, really.
Yeah, it's hard to gain any type of, feel for the game. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But it will be looks to be 5 yards and make it first and about 15. But it does look like this is an extensive cramp, if it is one, or if it. I don't want to speculate too far here, but
it's definitely a cramp. They want some liquids. We'll step aside. Back after this on YSN. Angelo Angelilli, the injured player. Actually, he had the cramping situation a couple plays ago.
It's got to be the same scenario here. And he's trying to get off the field on his own, but it's really aggravating.
Everybody knows what that feels like. There's no doubt about it.
Don't see it too often this late in the season, but it is right after halftime, third quarter. A lot of stoppage of play here.
These kids are playing their hearts out tonight, too. There's no doubt they know what's on the line. Second half tied, regional semifinals. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Scott with the handoff out across midfield. Good tackle by Chase Jones. Pickup of about 9.
Just followed his offensive line. He didn't have to make a ton of different moves there to pick up that distance there, and they get about 5 yards on the play.
Good patient run by Sam Scott. Really had himself a nice ball game tonight on the ground for Girard. Good hard count by Pearson. Everybody stays disciplined along the front. 2nd and 5 from the 44. Option play. Scott gets a great block by Sloan to spring him out across the 40 to the 34. First down, Indians.
And we were talking about how they need to bring more defensive linemen down towards the line, but now they're almost avoiding sections of the line that they used to run towards. And
same play to the opposite side. Pearson, good patience at the line of scrimmage and picks his way downfield as he's brought down inside the 20. Good pickup of 19.
Does look like there's another Poland player down, but this might be something different on this end.
Another injury on the field. We'll take the timeout with them. Back after this. Welcome back, J.J. Fonda, the injured player for Poland.
Yeah, he was able to
his way out to the
hopefully
sideline.
He's able to come back into the game here. He was able to walk off, but it is still, however, for Girard here, right on the red zone here.
2 minutes to go in the third quarter and a good-looking drive for the Indians. Trying to put points on the board late here in the third quarter. All tied at 14. Scott, the motion man. Pearson keeps it himself over the left side and lowers the shoulder down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, just trying to get as much on that left side. And I mean, hey, not bad in this drive alone. It seems like 1st and 10, they're getting at least 5 yards.
And you made a good point. They're getting at least 3 every time they put the ball in somebody's hands to run with it, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, an end around, it doesn't matter. They're getting positive yards. Pearson calls his own number straight up the gut through the heart of the defense, down inside the 5 to the 3.
Yeah, just went down right the middle there, and I think he got some extra yards here just keeping his feet moving and back up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
This Poland defense without one of their mainstays, Pano Zipolitis. Pearson over the left side. Touchdown, Indians.
He just waltzed in with a nice block that he got towards that side of the field and got them into the end zone.
Girard able to overcome some penalties as it marched them back beyond midfield. And they were able to drum it up all on the ground to put 6 more on the board.
Haven't really said this that often here, but we're getting close to the original score of the last game. But we're not there yet, but snap is down, the kick is up.
Erickson's point after attempt is good. 58 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 21-14 Girard. Back after this. A.J. Pearson punches it in from 3 yards out to give Girard a 21-14 lead here late in the third quarter. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone here with you tonight in a game that's seen plenty of laundry on the field, a lot of emotion, and each team able to answer the bell when they need to. That's no doubt. And now it's Poland's turn as they're set to take possession. Natoli fields it down at about the 5. Still on his feet as he crosses the 25 out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, I know that pride stickers are a thing for teams, not so much for us on the broadcast booth here watching the game here. But I'm going to say the punt return team definitely are earning their different pride stickers just in this game alone.
Yep, there's no doubt.
But for Poland here, I mean, there's only one thing that's been stopping them truly, and it's been themselves.
Absolutely. Plenty of opportunities this half Poland's had inside Girard territory 2 times. They've come away with no points.
And with Girard, when they've made mistakes, they've capitalized on defense.
Late substitution on the field. Caleb Scott into the slot. Fake to give. Zipolitis keeps it himself as he's out across the 35 to the 40. Give him 6 on first down.
And it's the same play that we've been seeing all quarter long, and then at the end of the second quarter as well. And there's a injured Girard player right around the 40-yard line.
And another cramping situation here in the second half. We'll take the timeout with him. Back after this. Welcome back to Girard. The injured player on the field, Drake McGregor, slowly walks his way to the sideline as we've seen an onset of cramping here in the third quarter.
I don't know if it's just the stop and go that's just kind of becoming I hate to say the word plague, but it can be a plague on a team that's trying to keep warm and stay focused in on this game.
The temperature's dropping below 40 here
They
now,
are.
late in the second half. And Poland trying to come alive and heat things up on this possession, trying to come up even here with Girard. 2nd and 3 now from their own 40. Zipolitis drops back to pass. Far side has a man.
And they're going to say he caught that.
And that is caught. Big play along the far sideline.
That's Fonda again.
J.J. Fonda comes up big on second down
heck of a ball thrown by Zipolitas to get it over to his wide receiver. It was going to be contested, but if he can get it past that corner, and for Fonda, flipping the field here and knocking on the door of the red zone.
Easily the biggest play through the air tonight for Poland. Down to the Girard 26. 20 seconds to go here in the third. Jones threw a tackler down inside the 20 to the 17.
Yeah, he split 2 tacklers and just they were trying to hand tackle him, and he got right through that with using his speed and getting close to a first down marker, gain of about 8 yards.
And with that play, that's going to take us to the fourth quarter. Girard with a 21-14 lead over Poland. Back for the fourth quarter after this. Welcome back to the Girard. 21-14, the Indians over the Bulldogs. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone here. And the Poland Bulldogs trying to come up with an answer here to start the fourth quarter.
We saw a lot of this in the third quarter. They just haven't been able to keep consistent with it and avoid the dreaded P word here. But right now, second down and about 2 for the Bulldogs. Best they've seen all half long.
Absolutely. You got to give Poland credit. Every time Girard comes up swinging, Poland's able to bring out an uppercut for themselves. Jones picks his way around a blocker and speeds it down inside the 15 to the 12. Going to be enough for a first down.
And Jones, I mean, I seen him kind of stretch the field, and he seems to, thrive when he gets towards the boundaries. But they're attempting to get the ball to him down the middle of the field, but it's just not a necessity.
Just when you think Girard's going to take control of the game, they march it down the field on offense, and Poland just collects themselves patiently and able to answer it with their backs against the wall.
These teams look like they played each other, and one of them won by 1 last night.
Absolutely. First and 10 Bulldogs at the Indians' 12. Fake inside. Zipolitas keeps it himself, fights his way through a tackler inside the 5. And a penalty marker comes flying in as he's driven out of bounds.
Where the scrum was, and
could be a holding call.
Right at that edge there when they were trying to push past there. We'll see what the call is here. And it looks like if you are watching some of the other games there, it looks like
it's going to be a 5-yard face mask against Girard.
It looked like that's when you're in that scrum, that can happen pretty easily. But for Poland, that's a big boon there to get them past the 5-yard line and all the way down to basically the 1-yard line.
Winner of this game is going to face Cardinal Mooney next week.
And as they come away.
The Cardinals 56-14 winners over Garfield.
Commanding win by the Cardinals.
Villa Angela St. Joseph with a 32-0 victory over Canfield. First and goal from the 2. Split backs around Zipolitas. Angelilli with the handoff, and he wrestles his way down inside the 2 to the 1.
Great job keeping him out of the end zone here. Don't typically see them in shotgun right here. Typically we see wishbone immediately. 3 running backs lined up in the backfield, and that's not something they're interested in right now.
No Pano Zipolitas either.
That's
Think
true.
about that. Normally winds up lining up in the wishbone. Had himself a touchdown in that first half, so that may come into play as well.
Not having him, we haven't seen Stack since he's been out of the game as well, with 3 running backs lined up straight behind.
He's been sidelined this whole half, came out on crutches out of the locker room. Jones and Angelilli in the backfield. Zipolitas fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the middle.
And he held him once again.
And another stop by Girard, as they'll maybe give him a half a yard on that carry. Third and goal coming up.
Just been a constance between the tackles right here since they got down to the 1-yard line. And I don't know, maybe Poland isn't comfortable in this set here. I don't really like a quarterback run in shotgun at the 1-yard line. It's not my style.
As we go under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, Bulldogs knocking on the door.
And here's Wishbone now.
Wishbone now, Vito Camara in the backfield. Zipolitas under center, turns, gives, Jones straight up the gut, in for 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Poland answers one more time.
They did so pretty efficiently to get down the field here. And get into the end zone, and I can't believe it, folks. We're getting that much closer to exactly what we saw last time.
The Bulldogs able to answer Girard's score in that third quarter with one of their own here to start the fourth. And we're one PAT away from being all tied up.
These are becoming more critical and more important with every single extra point we see.
Caramusa on for the point after. That's Kamara, the holder. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 9:38 to go here. We're all tied at 21 on YSN. 9:38 to go here in the fourth. Chase Jones from a yard out to tie it at 21. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone. And we've seen it all here tonight, Anthony. Turnovers, penalties.
You just saw, like just crushing from a momentum perspective and then regaining it constantly for both teams.
A lot of emotion, a lot of switching of momentum as that squib kick bounces inside the 35. Picked up out across the 50, and the Indians are going to get good field position. And we got an ugly situation going on right now here along the sideline. Jeremiah Hunter on the return. And they're going to sort this out. Twenty-one's the score.
Still waiting for a signal here.
Just an unfortunate situation. I mean, you see a great drive by Poland to tie things up. A great finish we're destined for.
Just a scrum there towards the sideline, literally right at the benches there. And
some emotions got the best of a lot of players. This is going to be interesting. What happens
the way
here?
that we keep seeing the huddle up here, I'm almost 100% certain we're going to see offsetting penalties.
That's the way the trend's been all night long.
When we've seen these meetings real quick in the middle of the field here, but
as we await the call by the officials. And the key point of this game, because right now Girard.
Yeah, Girard has great field position right now by itself.
Absolutely.
I don't know, because of how long this is going, if it will affect the spot of the ball.
Brian Wilson shaken up along the sidelines, able to get up and walk over to his teammates, so that's a great sign. Good smile on his face, so he seems to be okay. Here's the official's decision right here.
And it'll be a personal foul, both sides offsetting. An additional penalty against Girard, and an additional penalty against Girard.
So I think what's going to happen here, I think the personal foul against Poland was the retaliation.
I think so.
Because the Poland player was pinned up against the bench.
Correct.
So I think the initial personal foul against Girard is what
I know this sounds like something
here.
you hear during World Wrestling, but they have to call what they see.
Yep.
And we see very clearly because it was right by us here.
Absolutely, right down in front of us.
And I'm not, justifying
No, Poland
one way
player
or the other. They were
driven
up here.
to the bench, basically
Yeah.
sitting on the bench.
Yeah, correct.
With 2 Girard players still would just not let him up.
But nevertheless, it is 1st and 10
Wow.
for Girard.
That's a huge
but it does
2
flip
penalties.
it does flip the script here. Now,
All the way back to the 29.
we've been talking that last possession, getting about 3 to 5 yards per rush here.
Very key. You got to collect
and you
yourself.
have the ball with 9:31.
Collect yourself on offense if you're the Indians. 1st and 10 at their own 29. And a pre-snap penalty. May have blood on somebody. I think the official caught it.
Yeah, just an equipment call there.
Good piece of officiating.
Do we have too many people out now? Okay, I think we got everybody.
You got to give a lot of credit to these officials tonight too.
Oh, it's not an easy job
No,
to begin with, and this
not
one's
at all.
significant. You're getting your money's worth in this scenario.
Lipinski, the motion man, fakes the handoff. Pearson eludes 2 tacklers, still on his feet, out across the 35. There's your positive run of 6 more yards.
Yep. I mean, I would just keep doing this. It's not their, I would say it's not their style, even because they do like to move the ball quickly and move down the field with some velocity. But in this occasion, they don't have to.
Nope, that's right. Stay conservative if you wish. 9:05 and counting. Scott with the handoff, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him maybe a yard on the carry.
And we will see a first down there on that rush. And they look towards the sideline.
Move the sticks. Fresh set of downs for the Indians with 8:50 and counting. Pearson options Scott as he's out across the 45, drugged down at the 49. 10 more and a first down.
Yeah, you don't see a ton of teams running this style of option and leaning so much on the tailback. Typically, you see a lot of quarterbacks cut it up. There's been none of that so far. We will see a whistle here.
Timeout, and Poland's going to call a timeout. Burn their first one of the second half. Try to collect themselves.
I like the timeout here.
I do too.
This is important here. We need the time. Let's talk about this.
Absolutely. With 8:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Back after this on your Sports Network. 8:40 to go here in the 4th. All tied at 21. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone. Division 5, Region 17 semifinal. The winner to take on Cardinal Mooney next week. Sam Scott in motion. Pearson fakes the swing pass, has plenty of time, goes back out to Scott as he's patiently waiting and makes the first man miss, still on his feet. Out inside the 45 to the 44, 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, we saw from the outside, the defensive side there, just waiting for him to catch that ball. He needs to be right there as soon as that ball is caught, and they were able to pick up the extra yards there, gain of about 6 yards.
How many eyeballs were on the quarterback? Pearson there had to patiently wait to see what he's going to do. Such a threat to run.
It was well covered down the field, and he had the extra guy.
Scott, the motion man. Pearson calls his own number. Straight up the middle he goes and drags defenders inside the 40 down to the 39, and a fresh set of downs with 8:01 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Quickly back up the line of scrimmage here.
Pearson swings it out. That's Jaden Wade on the reception, his second catch of the night.
That's a dynamic that just hasn't worked earlier, but now they're getting the ball moving, opening up the field with the screen pass.
Basically the equivalent of a good run play. 7 yards on first down makes it 2nd and 3. Pearson, another pitch option out to Scott along the sidelines as he goes through a tackler, as Jones just couldn't bring him down on the initial hit.
Thrown here towards the back of the, if that's in fact what it is, and it's a holding call against Girard. You know, something that I kind of noticed here from the linebacker's perspective, watching Chase Jones, he's kind of focusing in directly and trying to get the ball pitched, but he's not in a good position after the ball is pitched to make the tackle there. I kind of want to see them split the difference between the quarterback and the tailback, but they're not doing that.
See how well Girard can react to the penalty here. They did a great job following the kick return after the big penalties along the sideline to start this drive and march it down inside Poland territory.
Looking at 2nd and 14 here.
at the Bulldog 43-yard line. That's Lipinski in motion. Screen pass set up. Escardona out in space as he rumbles down to the 35.
I gave Chase some grief there on that last pitch there. If he wasn't there, that ball's heading for the end zone. And so great job to stay home. Good play there to knock out that penalty, make this third down a little bit more doable for Girard.
Great point. Gives you more options here on offense. You don't have to get it all here on third down. Boy, Alan Escardona, 6'2", 225.
Oh, he's an impressive player every time I see him play.
The senior, an important part of this Girard team. Pearson up the middle, picks his way through the defense. Down inside the 30 to the 29.
Be close. Be right at the sticks here unless they want to give it to him, and they do.
Big first down right there. 6:37 to go in the fourth. Are they going to measure this?
It's close here. I thought it was close where they marked it. They marked it about the 30-yard line, and the 30-yard line is not the yarder. It is close to 31 and a half, but they're going to look at it.
You don't see this too often anymore. I don't care what level.
And we'll see if we can get a good view of this. We don't seem to have the spot here.
Every player on the field saying first down, especially the ones wearing black. And indeed it is a first down. By about the nose of the football.
Yeah. Good opportunity to measure it there if it was that close, but it is a 1st and 10. A good call there by the referee initially.
The chain gang out there. Make them earn their job tonight.
Making them out there for a change. Don't probably get onto the field that often.
1st and 10 Indians, 6:35 in counting. All tied at 21. Pearson runs free up the middle, down inside the 15 to the 14. He hits that hole so fast.
It was
into
as
the
soon
second
as
level.
the play clock started, they snapped the ball, and it caught Poland off guard, and they took advantage of it all the way down to the 14-yard line.
Done a lot of their damage between the tackles tonight, have the Indians on offense. 1st and 10 from the 14.
And looking towards the sidelines for a change of play potentially.
6 minutes to go in the fourth. Pearson follows Scott up the middle, dances his way. He's free all over the 5, through a tackler, and he's met right at the goal line by J.J. Fonda.
Flags thrown there right at that about 5-yard line.
And I tell you what, good for J.J. Fonda to go over there, pick Pearson up, give him a tap. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight, and I think we needed it.
Well, and I was just going to say, because they threw it around the 5-yard line, it had to be something in the lines of a holding call, because it was out towards the wide receiver corner section there, but nevertheless.
Back them up 10.
And for the Indians, looking towards the sideline here, they will have, however, have 1st and 10 at the 14-yard lines. It looks like.
Boy, I tell you what, I haven't seen this many plays nullified by penalties.
Oh yeah, big plays.
Big plays,
yeah.
like chunk plays.
Yep.
In one game than I've seen tonight. 1st and 10 from the 15. Pearson one more time through defenders, still on his feet, over the 5, down to the 2. What an effort by the sophomore.
Yeah, just the same play as we saw last time there. Just followed his blockers down the middle of the field. And the nice part is we're able to go right down the middle of the field, get them down to about the 3-yard line. Do you take your time here or just get in the end zone?
I was just going to say the same thing, as they're going to not take their time. Pearson, he's alive through the defenders. Touchdown, Indians.
Another touchdown, 3rd of the night here for Pearson.
A.J. Pearson puts the Indians back on top with 5:13 to go here in the fourth.
Just doing it with his own feet there this whole entire drive and getting them past the 40-yard line and getting into the end zone.
Really two safe passes we saw on that possession that amounted to run plays. Erickson on for his fourth point after attempt. His kick is up, and it is good. 5:13 to go here in the fourth. Girard with a 28-21 lead over Poland on YSN. A.J. Pearson punches it in from 2 yards out to put the Indians back on top, 28-21 over Poland. Chris Sigler, Anthony Malone. And round 2 of this matchup has been everything we could ask for and more. That's for sure tonight.
And for the Bulldogs, getting the ball back here with 5 minutes and 13. But for Girard, they have the lead here, and they need a big stop here on defense to get the ball back.
Nick Natoli and Vito Camara back deep. And that's Natoli fielding it at his 8. Out across the 20s. He's running free across the 35, and a big hit drops him at the 34-yard line.
Oh, yeah, just good contact there right at that 30-yard line. And for the Poland Bulldogs here, getting into the end zone from Chase Jones here, I wouldn't be surprised you see a heavy dose of that for these next 5 minutes. But for Struthers, I wouldn't be surprised to see how they play this on defense and just focus in specifically on Jones and work focusing on him and just spy him, if you will. That's been who they're going to. We haven't seen anything of Vito Camara.
I was just going to say the same thing.
This entire half here.
It's split out wide on the near side is Camara.
And he's by himself out there.
Arguably their biggest threat on offense besides Jones. 1st and 10. Jones gets the handoff, and he cuts it outside. And he steps out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
And we do see for the another penalty against the Poland Bulldogs. It looks to be a holding call or a block in the back.
It's going to be a block in the back. And right away, they're going to be behind the sticks here on this possession.
I can't say, from these first down, too, you have the downage. But with this, 10 huge yards here.
In an offense, really, with just one big pass play tonight. And that was in the third quarter.
And they're channeling in on Chase here.
Camara in the far slot. 4 receivers now for Poland on offense. 1st and 10 with 5 minutes to go. That's Camara in motion, fake. Zipolidis out across the 30 to the 31.
And cuts that in half here. 2nd down upcoming. A decent run on 1st down. For Poland able to get some of that yardage and find some openings, but nice job by Girard keeping it close there.
Let's see if Poland picks up the pace here on offense a little bit.
Ticking here. They have 2 timeouts to work with, but it is 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
4:30 and counting. 2nd and 12 from their own 32. Fake to the motion man Camara. They're trying to set up the screen, and that ball is just thrown to the turf. Little miscommunication there on offense.
And it was also well defended by the Indians.
Sure
the secondary had that completely intact, and there just wasn't anywhere to go, and he was pressured immediately. And this now upcoming here, 3rd and 12. This will be, of course, most likely 2-down territory, but they're going to talk about it here potentially.
You could definitely see the focal point of that defense was on Camara in motion. 3rd down and 12 with 4:18 to go here in the 4th quarter.
And this place is rattling.
As the crowd and Girard has come alive. Zipolidis, penalty markers all over the field as he's brought down across the 30. This may be a pre-snap penalty.
It does look to be that way. It was both of it, and it looks to be an illegal shift.
This could be a break for Poland.
It will be an illegal shift against Poland, and for them, they're going to just decline it. It doesn't look like they care one iota about
play
it.
They let continue.
4th down and 12 here. And this could be the game right now.
With just 4:11 to go, you have to wonder, this could be their last chance as they wind the clock. Coach Pavlansky is going to have to call his second timeout of the half. They're going to talk it over. Big fourth down coming up when we come back on YSN. Welcome back to Girard. 4:03 and a big fourth down coming up. Your Coach Pav, what do you talk about there?
Oh, if it's me here, I would try a hard count here. What else can you possibly lose? They do like to use a hard count, but it is a very tense 4th and 12.
4 receivers now for Zipolidis. He gets the snap, drops back, steps up in the pocket and still on his feet. Out across the 40, 45, and slides at midfield. Huge 4th down conversion and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Just a gutsy move by him. There is a player down for Girard to give them extra time for Poland, but for Zipolidis, he was able to find some running room. I don't know about you. If I have 12 yards to get a first down, I'm a little leery of trying to run it myself, but nice job by Zipolidis.
Big 4th down conversion with their backs against the wall. The Bulldogs answer the bell one more time. Player down on the field. We'll step aside. Back to Girard after this. Welcome back. Dylan Littell for Girard, able to walk off the field after another cramping situation. And Poland with a huge opportunity now after the big 4th down conversion out at midfield.
They still have the 1 timeout. 3 minutes, 54 seconds, 1st and 10. Getting ready to potentially flip the field if they can keep things going. You got to keep warm here. You could see that stoppage right there. They were trying to keep their legs in motion.
4 wideouts for the Bulldogs. That's Jones in the backfield with Zipolidis as he gets the handoff and he excels his way out across the 45 to the 43-yard line. Give him 8 on first down.
Just use the blockers towards the left side after they kind of flipped the field there. Didn't look like it was a straight zone play, but they were able to get some great field position there, pick up about 7 yards. And they get quickly back up to the huddle. No real hesitation, no situation where you're in no huddle yet, but you're getting there.
You got to starting to have a sense of urgency as the clock says 3:12 in counting. 2nd and 3 now for the Bulldogs. Zipolidis, quarterback draw as he sprints his way along the far side. Got a great block inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Poland. Unbelievable. 43 yards and a Bulldogs touchdown.
This is what they were missing the last time that they played each other. You might not remember, but Zipolidis comes out of the game in the 4th quarter in that last game. And here he is now, 4th quarter, needing a touchdown. They get him one. Are they going to go for it here?
And a discussion along the sidelines. They were going to go for 2. Wow.
Yeah, they're still talking about it here. Here we go.
The Poland offense trots its way back out on the field. Coach Pavlansky, a lot of confidence in his group right now. There's no doubt about it.
To get 3 yards, they want the left hash here. Do you pass it here? Is that what they're signaling?
Zipolidis with Jones in the backfield. Angelilli, the motion man. Big 2-point conversion attempt. Zipolidis rolls right, and he's hit as he throws incomplete. Hess Cardona with the big defensive play.
It's a strange place to put yourself in. I like the intensity. I like the aggression going for 2. But what a costly call to try to pass that ball with all the pressure coming from the Indians. And you can see the score right now with 2 minutes and 58 seconds here.
2:58 to go, 28-27 Girard. And a gutsy call by Coach Pavlansky. Had a lot of confidence in his group to go for it there on the 2-point conversion.
Does he have more confidence in his defense to make a stand right here? Of course, we saw Girard get into the end zone. That's why they took the lead and still have it.
1 timeout for the Bulldogs remaining. Girard with all 3 timeouts in their pocket.
Do you squib kick it here? We've seen a couple of little pooch kicks, but in terms of Poland here, you got to kick this ball away. You need the field position to flip significantly. But Girard now with the lead, with the ball, another 1 point lead.
I think you have the onside kick here. I think you have to onside. I think you have to. The way Girard, we talked about it, Girard gets 3 and 4 yards a carry. And
they were talking about it over there, so let's see.
They've gotten positive yards each and every time they've ran the football tonight. So to be able to stop that in this situation is asking a lot of your defense with only 1 timeout remaining as well.
It's got to be a perfect kick, and it does look exactly like we talked about here.
As they set up for the onside kick. Angelilli has the honors.
It's going to be right down the middle here.
And that ball fielded by Girard at their own 49.
And it was just well covered there by the hands team, whatever team you want to call it there down the middle. And it kicked just a little too hard. There wasn't enough players for Poland, and now Girard with the ball, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. They just need to get a
first down.
Couple first down.
Really, just one.
Control the clock here.
Get a first down here. You're going to punch your ticket to the regional final next week to take on Cardinal Mooney. 1st and 10 Indians at their own 49. Sam Scott alongside Pearson in the backfield. Pearson confidently calls his own number as he dives ahead across the 43 to the 42-yard line and a pickup of 8 yards.
Waiting for, it doesn't look like they're going to spend that time out. But it is 2nd down and 1.
They're going to take their time and let this clock wind down. 25 seconds on the play clock. 2:30 and counting on the game clock.
Something we're going to talk about probably after the game is over here. You know, what happened to getting Vito Camaro involved in the offense for the Poland Bulldogs, but for Girard, Pearson with 3 touchdowns. And at that last touchdown, just running it right down the middle, as he's been doing right now in these last few plays.
Pearson over the right side has the first down. As he gets to the 40-yard line, they'll stop the clock with 2:06 to go. And if you're Poland, you're going to have to rewind to how many opportunities you had in Girard territory tonight, especially in the second half.
Yeah, and the penalties that kind of were marred by that. And also for them, you know, they had the ball moving in offense. They had, when they came out at halftime, but to no avail there, you went for the extra, of course, the 2-point conversion.
And to give them credit, all of that adversity, and they still were able to march the ball down the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
To put themselves within a chance of winning this football game. So they deserve a lot of credit.
And taking it down to 5 seconds.
1:30 and counting. Pearson up the middle through a defender, gets tripped up at the 37. With 1:25 to go, Poland will burn their 3rd and final timeout.
I'm working with 1:25 here. It is going to be a scenario where you have one more first down, and we're calling it a night.
McDonald punched their ticket to the regional final next week in Division 7, 40-13 winners over Monroeville. Walsh Jesuit defeated Austintown Fitch 42-21, setting up a big showdown next week with Archbishop Hoban as they were 35-3 winners tonight. That's a big showdown for a regional championship.
Talk about a marquee matchup in all of Ohio.
And Perry with a 21-0 win over West Branch.
So we got a couple of games next week, looks like, here on YSN.
McDonald and the Division 5 championship next week.
More than a couple, excuse me.
Second and 7 now with 1:25 to go. Poland with no timeouts remaining.
They're definitely crowding the box here. Look, there's nobody in the back from a safety perspective. In fact, there's nobody covering one of the wide receivers out wide here, but of course, I don't think we're going to see a pass.
Pearson keeps it himself, holds on to that football, and the pile just keeps moving in a good direction for Girard, and that should do it. First down, Girard. They'll wind the clock with 1:13 to go.
Player of the game here got to be Pearson tonight. 3 touchdowns. Scott had an incredible game.
I was going to say the same thing, not to be overshadowed. Sam Scott did a great job in that backfield. And I'll tell you what, Alan Hess-Cardona with the big defensive play on the 2-point conversion just really propelled this team forward. And it's just a great effort by Girard. Overcame a lot of adversity of their own, a lot of penalties, able to do enough to win this football game against one of their rivals, Poland, who did a great job themselves of overcoming a lot of adversity.
Outside of one play, they would have tied the game.
Absolutely. You couldn't ask for a better football game here tonight. And really, to top the one that they played in Week 8 is really tough to do. But this one gave it a run for its money.
It certainly did. And that'll do it.
And a knee by Poland will send them to the Division 5 Region 17 final next week to take on Cardinal Mooney. Great season by Poland as they're going to fall to 9-3 on this campaign. Final thoughts?
Just, it was a great game. Competitive, incredible performance by both of them, overcoming a lot from both sides, but Girard did it better.
They did. They did it when they needed to. Poland did everything they could when they needed to. And the better team just came out on top tonight at the end. Your final score tonight from Girard, it's the Indians 28, the Poland Bulldogs 27. For DJ Yoakley, Brian Scott, my partner Anthony Malone, this is Chris Sigler saying so long and have a great evening.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.